Evening everyone and welcome to another Wine Social Live with me, Brad Wine Time London. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Thursday, happy Thirsty Thursday. It's great to see you all. Let me know what you're drinking, let me know what you've been up to. Tonight we are off to Belgium to talk to Martin from Entre-Deux-Monts, the winemaker, owner of Entre-Deux-Monts, and he's going to talk to us about the wines, the region. So excited to hear some more about Belgian wine. I'm really trying to find some unique regions. I'm really excited, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you're up to. Just going to send Martin a little message. So he's here. Fantastic. Here we go. Good to see you. Hi, Tony. Hi, Lee. Hi, Rob. Great to see you, America. Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Really great. Happy Thursday. Got to be drinking now. It's that time of the week where you've got to have a drink. Drinking the Ned. Nice. Here he is. Thank you so much, guys. And here he is. Hi, yeah, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Keep the comments coming. It's great to see you and hear you.
Come on. Comment ça marche?
Just waiting for Martin. Here he comes. Should be here any minute. Hi Andy, good to see you. Alex, thanks for joining.
Purée.
Good to see you guys. Martin should be here. He's trying to connect, so hopefully
Brad.
connection works.
Sur Instagram, comme ça,
Andrew,
je suis.
Oui.
Thanks for dropping in.
Oui, mais bon, on s'en fout ce qu'il dit.
Mais non, parce que je sais comme ça, il
if
sait
Martin
dire.
can get connected. Thursday fun. As I said, let me know what you're drinking. Good to see you all.
Come on. Ah, peut-être que moi je suis dessus ou quoi?
Mais oui.
Try this again. Here we go. He's there. I think we're having a problem with Instagram and the guests not seeing this. I've seen a few today. Hi, Susie and Peter. Great to see you. Hopefully, yeah, I think there's an issue with Instagram's funny. I can't see him, guys. If I could, I would be chatting away. So, Martin, we will get this, even if you have to keep trying. I think there's a real issue with Instagram's lives. No. But thanks, Lee. Keep messaging me and. Here he goes. He's requesting. Top man. Here we go. Instagram was funny as well. Here he is. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Thank you so much. Very well. Fantastic. I couldn't see you there for a moment, but my audience are fantastic. They do let me know. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that.
Fantastic. For me, Brad, it's the first time live, so it's fantastic. I was a bit nervous because I don't know how to work with Instagram, but thank you.
Martin,
good.
You did nothing wrong. It's the internet. It's live television. It's perfect.
Good. How are you?
So, fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to talk about. It's my first Belgian producer on the show, so I'm really excited to talk to you. So let's dive in. Let's dive in with your story. What took you to the wine world?
What took me to the wine world? Good question. I was, how do you say? I am a lover of nature. When I was 10 or 15 years old, 18 years old, I didn't think about wine, that's for sure. But I was attracted to nature, and so I started to study in Belgium agronomics.
Okay.
So that was the first step, agronomics. But my father was selling beer and wine. So there was a first connection to some good wine and beers, and I went to, in 2003, I went to the south of Spain for doing not an internship, but I studied there for half a year in Cordoba, in the south of Spain. And there I was for the first time in contact with some wine producers. And then I thought, why not studying enology and viticulture? So that's the first step I did. So, and then after my studies of agronomics in Belgium, I went to France. And I studied in Bordeaux and Montpellier some about wine. and then I went back to Belgium, and we've planted vineyards on the soil, on the ground of my grandfather.
Yes.
And that was in 2004, the first vineyard we've planted, and then in the years after, we've planted some more vineyards. But in the beginning, at the start, the first 5 years, I think, it was not easy. It was also in England. It's some years it's cold. I had a lot of doubts about if it is possible or not to do it. But after, so my first vintage was 2008. I was not really happy about it, the first vintage, and then the second vintage was in 2009. And then I was happy about it, yes.
So no one knows where you are. I'm going to put a map up. So that's basically where you are. You are right on the border with Belgium and France. That is correct. I literally went in pinpoint. You literally are right on the border.
Yes. We are right on the border. So we are also between, we are between two countries, between Belgium and France, but actually we are in Belgium. And then we are also between two mountains. We say mountains, it's a red and a black mountain, but in reality it's some hills.
Yes.
So the hills are 130 meters high. So it's quite it's just a hill. But when you go when you look to the sea from that point, it's all flats, and in our region, the little hills are starting.
So talk to me about, because this is your family land, and you took the decision to plant it with vines, or your father? Who made the decision? Was it both of you together, or?
Yeah. The decision. Yes, you see my father there. My father is in a certain way proud, because the idea in reality comes from my father. But my father didn't say, yeah, you do it, you have to do it. No, the idea comes from my father. And with his idea, I started my studies in France. And at first instance, Brad, I thought to stay in France or to work in South Africa or in Chile, to be a winemaker over there. But I had the opportunity to start a vineyard there in Belgium. And that is a dream of a lot of wine students, to start a vineyard yourself and to make your own wine. And I decided when I was, I worked also a bit in Italy. When I was in Italy, I said, no, it's finished to go abroad. I go back to the roots, to the family. And we started there to plant a vineyard, yes.
So you did obviously you did make wine in France and in Italy. So you had that chance to make wine elsewhere, but then you just that thought to just go home. You had the opportunity to plant a vineyard where you're from, your family there. So I took that pull, that drive just to go back home was there.
Yes. Yes, I was in France and Italy, and I had some experience over there. If I would do it again, I would go to Champagne and Burgundy to have some experience, because of the climate, it's more comparable with Belgium. But in any case, yes, it was good to work a bit at another place before starting, because now I've started here in Belgium. I will stay in Belgium. That's for sure. But yeah, every year it's different, you know, and so we have a bit the climate change, but yes, it's a climate change.
Talk to us about the region, because your region has an AOC as well, so it is designated as a wine producing region. So talk to us about that, and it's different topography and different climate than the rest of Belgium or the rest of Europe.
Yes. So we have an AOC, AOP. And the name is Heuvelland. Heuvelland in English, you could say it's a land of hills. And what is typical to the region is, we saw it also on the map, it's 35 kilometers from the sea, yes. So we have the influence of the sea. So what influence is it? It is when you're in April and April and May, we have less risk of potential frosts because of the temperature of the water of the sea. It's like, I don't know in English if it's okay, it's like a buffer. So it's like a buffer of temperature. And then in the summer, when you have in the summer, we have higher temperatures, not in our region, further into, when you go to Brussels and so on, it's more continental. It will be warmer there, and in our region, it will be a bit more fresh. So the temperatures are a bit buffered. And because it's a bit more fresh in our region, it's a perfect climate for making sparkling wine. Sparkling wine and eventually also white wine, but for red wine, I think it's more complicated.
We're going to dive into one of the wines now. So I'm gonna. What do you want to start with, the rosé or the brut? Up to you.
Maybe the rosé.
Fantastic. So this is absolutely. So this is your rosé. Talk to us about it.
Who? What?
Talk to us about the wine because it's fascinating.
Yes, the wine. I have also the wine here. I won't talk about the wine. I will first take a bit of wine in my glass, if it's okay.
Please, go ahead. Me too.
Okay. So
what are the grapes in this while you're pouring?
The glass?
Sorry, the grapes.
So the grapes, it's a blend of 3 grapes. It is mainly Chardonnay. Then we have Kerner. Kerner, it's most famous in Germany and north of Italy. It's a cross of Riesling. And then we have 10% of Pinot Noir.
Fantastic.
So you have to know it is a sparkling wine. It is a rosé d'assemblage. This means it's a rosé of assembling. So the red has been blended with the whites.
Okay, fantastic.
So and here you have the color. It's
a wonderful color. It's like a vibrant pink.
Yeah. I can't say it in English the color, but I'm a bit And the name of the sparkling wine is Wieskutter Rosé. And Wieskutter, the name of Wieskutter is it's the old name of the village where the vineyard is planted, where the wine estate is. So the village is Westutter, and the old Frankish name is Wieskutter, and that's the name of the wine.
It's a really fresh, vibrant wine. The color's vibrant, the nose is vibrant. There's raspberries, there's cranberries, there's a real freshness to it as well. Yes. It's really interesting on the palate. There's a nice acidity, which I knew it'd have, but it's interesting. It's got sort of like an umami, sort of. I want some food with it as well.
Some what? Some
sort of. You want some food. It's sort of like umami flavor. Yes. You want food.
Yes.
That's for food.
Yeah, that's a very good remark. So we have two Wieskutter. We have the pink one, and then we have the normal one.
Yes.
But the two Wieskutter in general, we say it's for appetizer. It's for starting.
Yes.
But Brad, as you said, you want some food, and indeed the Wieskutter pink rosé has been layered 1 more year.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 more year. It's from 2017. It has been layered. So 18-19, it has been layered for approximately 30 months. So because of the longer aging process, longer aging on the lees, the wine is a bit more powerful. So you could use it as appetizer, but you could also use it with some foods.
Yeah,
So
totally. It's really Moorish. I'm grabbing another glass because it's interesting. You want to have another glass because
yeah,
it invites you to drink more, and that's
yes,
what I think. Maybe with appetizers, or you're dipping into little bits of
yes,
tapas
yes,
or food like that, where you're
yeah,
just
yeah,
picking
yeah,
this
yeah.
up. Perfect.
Yes. So it's refreshing. You want also, it's not high in alcohol, of course. You want another glass, and you're getting hungry because it's refreshing, and yes,
Yeah,
it has
totally.
it has some success, and but in Belgium we drink more white sparkling than pink sparkling. But yeah, that's just a habit. Yeah.
Someone asked, is it? I was going to come on to this, but we're getting questions. Is it traditional method?
Yes, it is a traditional method. There is no wood. It's traditional methods. So it's all traditional. It has been hand picked. Normal, pneumatic press, temperature controlled. You have to know on Chardonnay. Normally we do malolactic fermentation,
Okay.
but for the Kerner and the Pinot Noir, we didn't do to keep the freshness. To keep the freshness. And we could think in the future, if it's getting warmer, to avoid the malolactic fermentation of the Chardonnay. But normally we just do it. Yes.
Someone's asked about organics as well. You're not organic, are you, or are you organic?
We are not organic certified. No. Yes, that's always a big question. You have some positive things, less positive things, in my opinion, sometimes. But we are doing our best. We have been certified about the carbon footprint.
Yes,
So,
and that's what I was going to talk about, your sustainability. That was leading into my next question.
yes.
You're really keen about sustainability. And I think that's what people, some places you can't be organic, or it's quite hard to get onto that, but being sustainable and just
Yes.
having that carbon footprint as well.
Yes. Yeah. So if it's organic, we mainly speak about the viticulture. So what you do in the vineyards. So, but if we look at the total ecological footprint, it's the whole chain. For example, the bottle we use, it's not the champagne bottle. It's a bottle of Crémant. So the bottle is a bit lighter, so it's less carbon to produce it. And then we have solar panels. We do a lot of stuff. We've planted a lot of haze in the vineyards. We have everywhere. We have grass. We don't cut the grass. We don't. The soil is not black. It's all grass. It's better to have more carbonic and more life in your soil. I want to invite you also in Belgium one day if you want to come. You will see
absolutely.
It's all very good, isolated. So yeah, we do our best for the sustainability. The more we can, no insecticides and so on. So it's a work of every day, the sustainability of the wines. So, but there is till now no certification about this.
Okay.
But okay.
I'm gonna jump on that because you said we could come and visit, and totally when we can start traveling, look at that's the English coast there. It's not far at all. We must go and visit. I'm so interested because for me, especially as England as well, and Wales English wine scene, we're a growing producer as well. So why not support another growing producer and try and that was why I wanted to get you on, because I think it's so important to just help as well, because it's not just France. We all love their wines, and Italy and Germany and Spain, but other countries are making some absolutely stunning wines.
Yes. For sure. More the sparkling wines, I think, in England, and with my colleague Andrea, we've tasted some English sparkling wines, so we know it a little bit. But I think with the Belgium and in the cool climate regions, England, it's perfect. It's perfect. In Champagne, the climate is still good, but they start to have some problems.
Yes,
because we had some vintages in the past that they always harvested in the beginning of October. This was no exception. But now they start, the last 2 years, they start the 2025 of August. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Crazy.
There is
You had a question about the soil. We have some people that love rock chat, so please let us know about the soil.
Yes, the soil. So yeah, we've talked about the appellation, so it's not far from the sea. And then also in our region, the soil is, we have two types of rocks of stones. We have flints. We have flints, and then we have, in France, we say grès de fer. It's sandstone. Sandstone. So we have that in the soil, so it's very good for the drainage of the soil. And then the soil on itself, it's sablo limoneux, so it's in English sablo, sandy loamy sands. White, it's poor soil, and almost every time it's in a slope. Okay. So we have dry soils and quite acidic. Dry and poor soils, yes. We have no, in the first meters, we don't have chalk. Okay.
Martin, I think there's a little problem with the sound. I'm not sure what's happened, but we're going to carry on. I can hear you. If everyone else can hear you, I'm just going to keep pushing through.
Okay, so I explain again about the soil?
No, I heard it perfectly. I think your sound's just distorted a little bit, but we're absolutely cool. No panic.
Okay. So that's about the soil. Yes.
No. And I want to. How does it differ to the rest of Belgium? Are there other regions in Belgium that are making wine that have different soil types?
Okay. Not only the soil, but mainly there's a big difference in Belgium about the climates. So we have the climates, we are under influence of the sea, and then you have other regions, and it's at the border of the Low Countries. Yes.
But there's that map here, and you can see where you are, and then obviously the rest of Belgium's here. You're right on the border there, so you really can see. That's a great map.
Yes, so that's not far from the sea, and then you have more into the lands near Brussels, near the Netherlands. So there it's warmer in summer. So there for sparkling wines, it's maybe a bit more difficult, but there's more potential for reds. And if you make whites, for some whites with more powerful whites, if they want. And the soil, we have also two other regions with the same type of soil as we have. And then we have also at the border of France, but more to the south. There, the soil is comparable as Champagne. There we have chalk, and there they do only sparkling wines. Yes.
We're going to jump onto your still wines soon, but I want to talk about your brut actually.
Yes. So this is also interesting to taste, because there's a big difference. There's a big difference with against the Ricoteur's, the Bacquaert bruts. So you will taste it directly. So the Bacquaert bruts is with some vin de réserve, reserve wine.
Okay.
So it's more reserve wine, if you want to color. There is some, it's quite deep. And I also took another glass. The glass is a bit more bigger. So you have it. There is 30% of reserve wine, and the reserve wine has been aged in wooden barrels.
Okay.
That's why we have in the notes. In the notes, good, it's well organized. We have the picture here. We are tasting there in the barrel. So we have barrels mainly for the sparkling wine. This is a reserve wine we keep, but it's just only 30%. And then we can smell the influence of the oak, but it's not only oaky. And that's why we need a glass like this, a bit more bigger, to to have
Absolutely.
more complexity in the nose, because we have also some ripe, some tropical fruits.
Well, I want to jump in there because for me, I love, if you want to smell a sparkling wine, I always try and put it in a wine glass instead of a flute because I want to smell it. Flutes are great for celebrations or you just want a nice cheers, but for me, if you want to get something out of the sparkling wine, you need a wine glass. So I pretty much serve all my sparkling in a wine glass.
Yes, it's better. It's better. That's for sure. Yes. Um, so it's with reserve wine, and then we have also. I think you will know that we have one tank, and the name we say it is La Réserve Perpétuelle. So it's a reserve that every year we put some new wine in, like Solera. So every year we take 50% from the tank for the blending, and then we add some 50% of the new vintage.
This is actually fascinating.
Yeah, a blend of 4 or 5 vintages here.
I'm going to jump in there because a friend of mine, Langham Wine Estates, they just won the IWSE award for the producer of the year. My friend Tommy is the head winemaker. That's what he's doing. A perpetual cuvee. So they constantly 50% every year. Yes. That's what he's going to start doing. This is fascinating that you're doing it as well. Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, that's really good. And it's to have a kind of style every year, the same, and also more complexity. Yes. It is interesting to do that.
I love that. The nose is obviously you've got the apple and citrus fruits, but that wonderful toasty brioche note. And I know that's what's but it's more the palate for me, the texture on the palate and the weight. It's a nice wine. I'm really enjoying this. I took the bottle back from the wife because I thought she might drink it all.
And and in the mouth you have the sparkling, the bubble. It's really smooth. It's
No, totally.
You could even drink it after half an hour without the bubble. Just a little bit residual bubble, and then it's like, it's good. It's rich. Yes.
And that's what I want to jump on to trying it in a wine glass. Obviously, the bubbles dissipate a little bit quicker, but you get the flavour of the wine, and that's what obviously I'm looking for. The mousse and the bubbles are fantastic. For me, I want that flavour of the wine and the texture.
Yes.
Really great, Martin.
So, and that's it. That's more. I don't know if you agree. This is more a gastronomic bubble, more for eating. Eh?
Yes.
Or even after eating, when you're laying on the ground with the fireplace, you drink just a glass with your wife, and you're talking about to change the world.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I love to finish on sparkling. Perfect. Yes. I'm gonna talk about the future of Belgian wine, and now I want to talk a bit about still wine. So talk to me about the future for Belgian wine. What do you think the future is?
The future is for wine. I think it's very good. Some people try to do some more red wine, but it still is difficult in my point of view. I think we have to specialize ourselves in the things that are the most the best thing to do with when you see the climates. I think now we have 800. In Belgium we talk about hectares, 800 hectares. I think we will have maybe in the future maybe 2,000 in total in the next 10 years, but there will be for sure a stop because we in Belgium we don't have a lot of space. There are a lot of people in Belgium, and I think we need to go to make some quality. And then the future, looking also to you, the future, we are starting to try to export a bit the wine, but it is difficult. It is difficult because we have some good quality, but Belgium for now it's not famous for the wine. It's famous for the beer, for the chocolates, for the beautiful women in Belgium, but but not about wine till now.
No,
Uh,
and that's it. I think, and that's why I wanted you to come on, Martin, because I think it's important because the wines are good. They deserve to be showcased. And literally five or six people asking where can they get the wine? Can they get it in the UK? Can they get it over Europe?
what?
In Europe or in the UK? Where can they get it?
Yeah, we have a web shop, and we I don't know if we can send it. I think we can send it in England, in the UK, but we don't have an importer in UK till now. We are
Okay.
in France we are working a bit. We do a little bit of export to Netherlands and Luxembourg and France the most, but still 95% of the wine is sold in Belgium. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Till now,
Okay.
but we start to explore a bit because we have 18 hectares, almost to 20 next year, and we produce 100,000, 110,000 bottles. So we want a bit for the promotion of the Belgian wines, for the brand, for the name of Entre-Deux-Monts. It should be good to export a little bit.
No, a lot of people are saying where could we want to send it to the UK. So guys, get on the Entre-Deux-Monts website, and I'm sure they'll be able to let you know, and let Martin or Andre know, and they'll get it to you.
Yeah, I'll come to Belgium, eh?
Yes, no, I'm coming. I'm coming. I was meant to be coming in September, I think, but what month is it now? This COVID crisis is
Yeah.
I was meant to come and see you, but that's why I wanted to get you on. Martin,
Yes.
I want to talk about still wines. We spoke about the sparklings; they're fantastic. But you think in the future there could be some fantastic still wines as well?
Yes, I think we can have in quality. We are doing better. We can compare ourselves with some good, very good Crémant champagne.
Yes.
That's for sure. In white wine, we can make good white wines. Maybe, but in a style in our region, yes, in a style in our region. This is the Chardonnay, yes. More not powerful.
Okay.
Not powerful. It's mineral. It is for drinking with seafood, with some cold fish. It's when you would look to Burgundy, you could say sometimes you could compare it with more Chablis, or sometimes the style of wines from the Loire. So fresh, aromatic, elegant. I like that kind of wine, but it's no power. But there is some density, there is some length, but it is, yeah, the why it is good, because it's fresh and juicy. Yeah.
Great comment there. And Paul said subtle, and I actually like that. I actually like sometimes when you have a glass of wine, it's there, it's got some complexity, you're thinking about it, but it works with food. It hasn't got to be, I'm here, just a big, bold wine. Sometimes we want that glass of wine that actually works with food and actually just sits there nicely and is fresh and vibrant. I think that's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, and with some tension in the wine, and then you can go drink easily a second glass. It's alcohol 11.5 or 12. It's not light, but it's good. And I think now today people like more and more wines without too much alcohol.
Absolutely.
I think that's
a great point.
Yeah, and that's a good point for our wines. Yes, but it has a big future, also the white wines, but reds, it's not easy, I think. We are trying, but yes.
You've had loads of questions, Martin, and I've had to remember them all. So I'm going to go back. Someone asked about the sparklings. Does the varietals in your sparklings change year on year, or do you try and keep the same varieties and percentages the same?
It's always the same varieties, except on the brutes. Some years we have a little bit of Pinot Noir, sometimes not. But the percentages are always changing. But also we have 18 hectares, but we have more than 6, 7 places where we have our vineyards. So there's a big difference between the Chardonnay from different places. So that's how we blend, and it's every year a difficult. It's difficult to do the blends.
Yeah.
But in the Wiskuter Rosé, for example, yes, every year it's changing. Sometimes we have 20% of Kerner, sometimes we have 25%. It changes.
And the white, what's Kerner? That is Kerner and Chardonnay. Am I right in saying that?
In the white, yes, it's always that, always those two. Yes.
Absolutely. Because someone asked about Blanc de Blanc, so technically that's almost a Blanc de Blanc for you.
Yeah. Technically, it's a Blanc de Blanc because it's a Blanc de Blanc.
Paul also asked about Albarino. I know. Have you ever thought about that? Because obviously you're close to the sea. Have you thought about other grape varietals?
I've thought about Albarino. Don't have experience with it. It's a grape that I like. The region in Spain where they grow it, I never went there, but it's wonderful. They said it's also a grape variety that goes well with seafoods. And it's also a wine with tension, and you want to drink a second glass. But yeah, I think it's a bit more difficult to get it ripe for white wine. Yes, but I can't say it exactly. But of course, in Belgium we have also other varieties. Bacchus, we have that in England. Bacchus, I don't have it. Dornfelder. Riesling, for example, in our region, I'm convinced we can't ripe it decently for white wine. Okay. Maybe for sparkling, but in that case, I prefer sparkling with Kerner, with Chardonnay, but not with Riesling. I love Riesling, but yeah, we have to be decent, humble. It's not possible. It's not possible.
No, and I love that. You're not just going to do something. Okay, we love Riesling, but you're not just going to go and do that because you do love it. You've got to work with what you've got. And Paul's made a great question there. He's asked about climate change. So in the future, who knows? But at the moment, because as you said, Champagne is warming up, the UK is warming up, Belgium's obviously warming up. So climate change might change this, but at this precise moment, it's Kerner and Chardonnay and a bit of Pinot.
Yes, and also in this moment, we have already big climate change. We don't have to forget that. The last 2-3 years, it's a big climate change. But what is climate change? It's a change. The overall temperature is increasing, but it's a big change. So we can have, even in the next years, some years that are colder. Yes. And the average is increasing, but we can have some years, disastering years for the vineyard. So I think we are good. The most negative points for the climate change, it is in the more in the regions we know, the south of France, maybe Bordeaux, and they sometimes it's very hot, too hot. Sometimes there is frost in May and so on. There's a big change, big problem sometimes. Till now,
I think you're right. It's the temperature, the fluctuation in temperatures. You don't know. You want that climate where it's, as you said, because you're closer to the sea, you don't get the frost. So actually, that maritime climate really probably helps you.
Yes, because it's a good buffer. And then we had in our region some periods with hail, but we have hills, and then we it's not a rule, but we see that the hail, sometimes when you have the hail is coming, or the thunder, and when they go over the hills, and then the thunder is splitting into two.
Yes,
and
okay,
then we have hail in the city where it is flat, but on the hills we just have rain. So yeah.
I want to talk to you about. Sorry, no, please carry on, Martin.
Yeah. but that's a thing that's very important in Belgium, maybe also in England. So there is a lot of new projects. What is very important that the people that are planting some vineyards, that they have to plant on really good places, not everywhere, on places where it is good to plant.
I'll pick on that point before I ask my last question. I think it's about site. You need to pick the right site specific. Yes. Find that right place with the right soil, right topography, right sun exposure. Don't just go and plant everywhere and think it's going to work. You've really got to look at where you're planting. Yes.
That's important. And sometimes you see some people that are planting on a flat. That's not a problem. But flat, rich soil and humidity, it's not good. It's not good. Or you have a hill and you plant on the underneath the hill where it's humid, you will have frost there. That's for sure. And so on and so on. So it's you have to think about it. Yeah.
I want to talk about this vintage before I let you go. Talk about 2020 because the harvest and COVID as well. How it's affected. Picking the grapes in the vineyard, in the winery. Talk to us about that and its effects on sales as well in the Belgian market.
Yes. We had a good vintage in the vineyard. It was warm, hot. It was not too. Is that enough? Yes, that's place that.
Yep.
Yes. So it was not. Yeah. So it was not too dry for some. For potatoes, corn, and so on. In agriculture, it was too dry. But for the vineyards, no problem. We were on the limits, but no problem. And then it was a good vintage. We had a good concentration. We had not too much grapes, good concentration. And when we were picking the grapes, it was the right moment. Because last year, it was more difficult. We started when the rain was starting. We started, it was dry, and then the last 3 days it was raining, but it's just 3 days. Okay. And then about the sales, we had a stressful period the first time of lockdown, but we are quite lucky. First thing, the wine is not getting bad within 12 months. So the wine, it's not like food. So the wine can conserve, and then we have a good team, and we worked also with a lot of people from the region during the lockdown to sell some food with a bottle of wine, sparkling wine, to drink at home. And so we had a lot of success to work together with the people in the neighborhoods. That's
fantastic. That's great that you've come together to say, buy some fresh produce, have a bottle of Belgian sparkling wine as well. I love that. And I really hope that if anything comes out of this pandemic, that we just get a sense of community again. I work with my local farmer. I work with my local butcher. I work with I really think that's something we need to work on.
Yeah. That's for sure. Because Brad, after the lockdown, we really had a peak of sales, because at the coast, we are not far from the coast, a lot of restaurants said, okay, we go locally, the wine from Martin or from another winery in Belgium, it suits perfectly with seafood. Why not serving Belgian wine?
Absolutely.
And we had a real, we at the end of the year, we will have in sales maybe. It will be maybe comparable as last year. I hope so. So we can't complain. And there was a lot of tourism also in Belgium, not from France, not from England, but from Belgium. Yes. They came and they couldn't come in group. It was not allowed, of course. They came with their family, with their kids. They tasted and they bought a lot of wine. So the tourism was also good in July, August. So that's a good thing. Yes,
absolutely, Martin. I'm coming to visit you next spring or summer when I can. I can't wait to come and visit you. It's just the passion behind it, and it's the passion that I love, and I really do think this is a family project. It was your land, and you could have made wine anywhere else in the world, but you chose to go home to try and do something this quality. and these sparklings are really, really good. Really good.
Yes, thank you. And how do you compare that with English sparkling wines? Is it the same style, or how do you think about it?
There's definitely a similar style. The Brut is very similar to a lot of English sparkling. It's good. There's a lot of lees aging. There's a lot of texture, weight, body. The rosé, I've not had many with Kerner in. A few, but not many. So that really is different, and that's why I was more intrigued with the rosé. I've had a few Kerners because there's a few producers up in the southwest and Midlands that do Kerner, but really, really keen on that. Guys,
Yes.
if you can, pick that up. It's really, really good.
Yes, it gives a real. It's different. Eh?
Yes.
With the Cabernet, it's not when you taste it blind. It's good. No cremant, no champagne. No, it's different. It's that freshness. Yeah, it gives a really originality of the wine.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And for me, that's what it was. The Brut is comparable to some English sparklings, totally.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the rosé with the Kerner and the balance there is different. And I think that should be one of your signature styles. Really, really,
Yes.
really good.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Thank you so much,
good.
my friend.
I thank you too. Yes, hope to see you in Belgium. You're always welcome with your friends and so on. And we keep in touch. And thanks for talking about our wines. And have a good evening. In Belgium, it's almost 10 o'clock, eh? And in UK, it's almost 9.
Almost done. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for taking your
Yes.
evening out to come in. Really appreciate it.
Okay, good.
Thank
Bye
you, Martin.
bye.
Stay in touch, and I'll come and see you very soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye, Brad. Ciao.
Thanks, Martin. Bye. The amazing Martin Bacquaert from Entre-Deux-Monts. Amazing stuff, guys. Really not just saying it. Really fun, fresh. The rosé, really different, guys. Really worth trying. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It's been so much fun. I appreciate all your comments, all your likes, all your love. Wine Social wouldn't happen without you guys, really wouldn't. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm back next Monday talking to Peter Richards and Susie from MWs about their wine festival that's happening next weekend. So that should be so much fun. 2 Greek producers. Also, Jamie Good is going to be joining me as well. It should be an amazing week, guys. Thank you so much for Wine Social this week. Have a great weekend. Look out for some fun things at the weekend. I need you to be commenting. Great to see you all, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Thanks.